In this video, we're gonna go over every single deck list of top 32 at YCS Vancouver. And who won again? Can you guys please remind me in the comments? I forgot what deck won and which player won. Because can you please remind me who the fucking champ is down below in the comments right now before we begin? Also, yeah, we're gonna get straight into this. This is gonna be a very long video, just like my last one. This is gonna explain to you. If you don't know anything about this format, you just watch this whole long ass video I'm about to tell you. It's gonna tell you every single thing you need to know about the entire meta, what the implications are until Dude comes out, which is the new set from whoever won. I did forget who won. So just don't forget to remind me in the comments who is the fucking champ of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Also, before we get into this video, very important, due to the orange dude in America, tariffs are fucking up all my website. So if you ever want to purchase a Yummy playmat, literally you have until I wake up tomorrow. The tariffs go up August 29th for Canada, where we basically Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers and any merchandise shop is screwed so much to the point that we're not even able, it's not even worth it to send playmats. So I'm gonna send my order in for everyone tomorrow. If you do not put an order in for this Yummy playmat by literally the time I wake up, you will never be able to receive this Yummy playmat. So if you guys love Yummy playmat or love Yummy in general and intend to play it, obviously it's the best deck. I just won the fucking tournament with it. I think I won with it. Get your Yummy playmat right now while you can. I love all the little details in it, like the lollipop at the bottom. You guys can't even see it because of my face. But there's a lot of stuff in the background. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm gonna be playing it on it as well. And every time I special Cupsy, I will be saying Cupsy Whoopsie on this playmat. So make sure to do the same. Also, if you love anything else on the website, check it out down below over here. This is not a great edited video by my favorite editor in the planet Delta, because I wanted to get this out to you guys ASAP before tariffs literally screw this whole website up. Anything you guys want, get it. And if you have not received any order in the last few months or ever from trifgaming.com, I had a different person run my shipping. I run it all myself now. So if you have not received a refund on anything that you've gotten already, please DM support on my website immediately so I could send you a refund and a little gift. I apologize to anyone who has not received it, but if you want to get any single playmat on here or deck box, literally you have 24 hours. And I'm gonna have to only have my spreadsheet on here, which is also awesome, but make sure to do that fucking ASAP, because literally this is gonna be gone forever until tariffs are gone. It really fucks up every single content creator from Canada. I don't like it. Trump's pissing me off. Screw that dude. He needs to get tariffs off immediately. So if you ever want this playmat, now's your chance. Anyways, with that being said, let's get straight into this. So as you guys see over here, there's 55% for K9 VS and Chris Arm K9. This is going to be a deep dive into all these decks. 55% of the top decks played fucking K9 VS or Chris Strong K9, which is the same thing. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's why you need to be playing Yummy this format. 23% of the decks at top played Yummy. And the reason why Yummy is the best matchup against any K9 variant is obviously it does not turn on Izuna, which is massive. And on top of that, any combo deck loses to 5 hand traps. So the amount of times that open 4 hand traps and a starter, or 4 hand traps obedient school, 4 hand traps, 2 starters is humongous. That's what the deck is designed to do. So when you're opening stuff like that, or even if it's like Yummy Surprise and a Lollipop, you know, they're gonna deal with your Lollipop, you special it back with Surprise. Yummy is the best positioned deck of the format. I knew this going in. Everyone on my masterclass knew this going in. I told them my deck list and the theory of why we're such a good matchup. So make sure to check that out. But again, if you're gonna purchase anything from Trif Gaming, it's the merchandise for the next 24 hours. Because after that, you can't get it. You can get my masterclass next month if you want. You know, there's no rush. So if you had to prioritize one thing, I'd recommend the merchandise, because after 24 hours, it's gone forever, sadly, until tariffs are back. But anyways, as for other stuff, we have Adagnister Malice, which I'm surprised only 7% of Malice top, Mitsuraizo 6%, and some Draco Tail variants 9%. Don't let this graph fool you, okay? The best deck is Yummy, okay? I've told you guys this before, but because K9 VS, I played so much K9 VS in YCS. In 15 rounds, I think I played it 10 times. Almost every one of them, there was at least one game where they either folded to 1 hand trap or entirely bricked and passed. That's just what it does. It's bricks like crazy. This is why I will save K9 VS for you guys. There's ways to play it that's not bricky. You remove 4 bricks for 4 starters. I will fix it for you guys. But until then, Yummy is just the best position for sure, because all these K9 VS you guys are seeing, it just can't, it already bricks to itself. So if it bricks to itself, how the hell is it going to beat 4 hand traps and 2 starters? You get what I'm saying? Like, it already loses to itself. So mathematically, over 15 rounds or a 9-round regional, you're just simply best saved by playing Yummy. you have the most chance going first or going second. And whether you lose a roll or not, you don't need to hope and pray that you draw Holly Sue or lose. The only way VS will ever beat you is if they draw Holly Sue with attributes. If they don't draw any other combination of cards, doesn't matter. It's Fua, Nib, you destroy them. I got double Fua so many times I destroyed them. I got Nib Fua, I got Nib so who cares? That deck doesn't do anything. Neither does Nib if you know how to play Yummy properly. Yummy should be the most positioned, especially after I won the YCS with it. I guarantee you moving forward, yes, right now, K9 VS and Crystal Arcanum are the most played. But moving forward, Yummy will be the most played. So in that situation, I think Draco Tail will be more positioned better because Draco Tail has a better matchup versus Yummy. So Yummy, even though it was second most played here in Vancouver, moving forward, you could assume Yummy will almost see 40 to 50% of play with K9 VS and Draco Tail half-half. And Malice and Mitsu, now that the YCS is done and a balance is coming any second, they are going to be phased out almost entirely, everyone knowing they're going to be gone. So it's a 3-deck format moving forward. Yummy, K9, Draco Tail. It should be viewed as a triangle where Yummy has a great matchup versus K9 VS. K9 VS is a great matchup versus Draco Tail, and Draco Tail is a great matchup versus Yummy. So with how Yummy, but if you play well, you'll be fine. The way I built Yummy, the deck list is, I will get to my deck list in a little bit. It's very good versus Draco Tail. I was aware that it's a horrible matchup. That's why you have to play a Croaky. I hate a Croaky of the field spell. Obviously, it's a dog shit card on its own. But the reason I played a Croaky in my list to win it all was knowing that Draco Tail was a poor matchup, and you need a Croaky to pop the spell card. You allow them to fusion summon basically once, and you don't allow them to fusion summon ever again. Even with, obviously you have Herald up, so if you're going first and have Herald, like you already just auto win because the Macrocosmos effect destroys them. But in the scenario where they're able to super poly or something, you're still able to auto win through super poly, which is a big problem of this deck. I do advise watching my 1-hour video of this deck where I explain it in depth. But yeah, why don't we get into some deck lists right now? There's a lot of stuff on here, as you see, like 9%. The Fiendsmith K9 Draco Tail is very interesting, but Draco Tail is great as a deck as a whole. There's not enough. It needs another consistency card. If the deck goes first, if you think of the deck, it doesn't have too many ways to fusion summon. This is why Valor and Imperm are so good. People say, oh, you should play Breakers. You should play Breakers this format. It's so stupid almost. Like you're committing a malpractice by like Effect Valor. People are just not playing. People are looking at Effect Valor as like, oh, it's a mid hand trap, bro. There is no better hand trap in the game right now than Valor and Imperm against K9 VS and Draco Tail. Draco Tail, if they're going first, only have 3 actual spells to fusion with, and the others need, or Phimena, I guess, but they need to normal Cartesia. They need to normal Lucius to search Phimena. Or they need to normal Malulu. You just Valor Impermate, and then they can't set their traps. You utterly destroy them. The board is so ass. So, like, to not play Valor Imperm in a deck, in a format that, like, Rosin loses to it, highly would recommend you guys play Valor Imperm in your list. So if you look at the top list, the majority did play hand traps, and we're going to keep going here. There's not a single card in my main deck I would change. It was absolutely phenomenal, every single card, and I'm very glad I played 19 hand traps in the main deck. 19 hand traps in the main deck. If you guys want to see a more advanced version of this, like on Dueling Book, again, I did a whole deck profile on it, so you go check that out. In the extra deck, I would change absolutely nothing. You need Starham. Starham has come up many, many, many times. This whole deck list I shared with my masterclass for a week, actually, prior to even doing it. They all knew exactly my list, which is why you get a lot of advantage of joining YCS Champions, Discord groups, or coaching. I'll have my Metafy down below if you guys want to join it. It's a bit pricey, but for $50 a month, you get 4 hours of live training every week. That's like 20 hours of training or some shit every month. So it's pretty worth or justified for the 50. And every masterclass you get is just free. Like every masterclass is free. But yeah, that's only if you guys play a lot. If you guys are playing barely, I don't recommend joining anyone's Metafy, including don't join my Metafy, or don't pay me any money if you guys are not playing Yu-Gi-Oh often. It's just not financially smart, in my opinion. Or if money's not right. Yu-Gi-Oh is just a game, you know? If you guys are not planning to capitalize on Yu-Gi-Oh, to go to locals multiple times a week to get boxes for free off this knowledge, you should only do it as an ROI perspective. Like if you're going to events so often, yeah, I mean, 40 bucks would probably, 40 bucks of knowledge from a YCS champion just won a YCS. I'd probably have netted over $10,000 already of pricing, just from pricing and spreadsheet purchases from this, just being, you know, open with you guys. So that's 20K in total. Like winning a YCS is fucking very worth like $40 of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys are going to lots of events, it's really worth it. But if you're not going to events, don't fucking pay shit, bro. I don't even want your money because I'd rather just watch for free and, you know, you're just playing casually, right? Just being open with you guys there. But side deck, there is something I would change. Retaliating C, Contact C. I thought Retaliating C would be crazy going first or second against the mirror match because you could special Retaliating C. They go out of their way to destroy it, and then you simply just search Contact C. And then you right? But because Retaliating C, I didn't read Retaliating C. It doesn't work if you place minion, because if you activate minion from your hand, Retaliating C says when your opponent activates a card that has the effect, when your opponent activates a card with the effect, even though you're not using the effect right away, you can still special Retaliating C, I'm pretty sure. However, Snatchy places from deck. You don't randomly activate the card from your hand, you places. So with that wording, I thought it would be, even though I didn't have an opportunity to draw it against Yummy, I didn't play much Yummy at all. I played only K9 VS, it felt like. Retaliating C and Contact C, I feel could be removed for 3 side frame hand traps and driver, because you could play them against anything. Gamma, 2 delta, 1 driver. You could literally play those against every single matchup and it'll go crazy value. On top of that, you could, if you really want to, play Gamma and driver going first. If you do so, I'd recommend putting Link Spider. I don't play Link Spider in my extra deck. You'll see in my masterclass, it's 7 hours of training, my masterclass. In the first video, I explained why you don't need Link Spider. Your best line through Nibiru is always Onari. It's not Link Spider. The token's light. It requires one beast, 1 light. So this is just a better line through it. Everything else in the side deck went crazy. Everything in the main deck and extra deck, I'm extremely glad with my list. And Yummy is solved. All right. Enough about Yummy. Let's go to second place. Respect to my opponent. I understand that he made a misplay by going into 3 level 5s, going into the Paradise, but you have to keep in mind that you know, you're in the finals. Tens of thousands of people are watching at home. It's the finals, bro. Everyone around is watching. Like, I'm staring you down in the, like, eye to eye. You want to know how deep I take this game, guys? Like, when they asked the people were asking to take pictures. Sorry, during the written feature, you always need to, in your written feature, before the match even starts, the person doing the feature has to take a picture of each person holding their hand so they could put on the written feature blog, right? While my opponent, we're not dueling. You're supposed to, you know, look at your opponent or look at your hand. While my opponent is looking at his hand or looking at me, even though I'm not even in the picture, I'm staring him eye to eye, telepathically telling him I'm about to destroy you. So that does apply a lot of pressure. Someone with, you know, a YCS championship already, one of the biggest names in the world. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but when you're in the finals, tens of thousands of people are watching you. I'm staring you down like a lion, bro. And I'm not, like, I know it sounds a little cringe, but we're not even dueling. I'm just trying to instill the fear of God in my opponent. So, like, you're prone to make a few errors in that situation. It's not like you're playing for fun at locals where it doesn't matter. So anyone disrespecting him, just don't disrespect him at all. He deserves all the love in the world because he got second place in the whole tournament out of all the biggest players in the world with Vanquish Soul, finished better than anyone. So he deserves his flowers and should be cherished for his performance. So do not disrespect my opponent because of one misplay he did in the finals. It's bound to happen with all the pressure. He played incredible until that, but what he did, he should have made Ripper, and Ripper would have won me the game. 3 Su, 2 Phantasme. It's interesting that he's opted to play dark hand traps like Phantasme and Magnemite in the main deck where they're obviously not that high value. 2 Borger. I do not agree with 2 Borger. I think you should play 1. My version even plays 1 Jiaolong. I know a lot of you VS players will be like, what the 1 Jiaolong Trif? Are you crazy? My version of K9 VS, where I'm going to save every VS player in the world from bricking, removes cards that are unnecessary to play. Like, I understand Jiaolong could be a great, like, extender as like a third card, but this deck already has crazy problems with bricking. I would much prefer to have cards that I could just play immediately. There are so many ways to search Razen creatively. There's about 25 ways to search Razen creatively that is not like reinforcement of the army. I will explain these in my future K9 VS videos. Jiaolong is like an unnecessary requirement. It's extremely, you could almost consider this like Ryzeal plugin in a way. Like, it's a great card to have as you're playing, but if you can't play, it's dog shit. So yeah, anyways, I'll explain that later. Those are some stuff I would change. What else? Solid list overall. I love that he's playing Extravagance. Extravagance is mandatory in the deck. You should be playing, if you're gonna play 3 pots, it should be 1 prosperity, 2 extravagance, because in this deck, to make sure you get the attribute you need is crazy, and to choose what you banish is crazy. Those are some changes I would make. I would put pot at 2. I would just insert pot of extravagant, pot of prosperity, and make it 4 pots. I don't care if they're useless spells. You need to see a pot. I don't care if I see 2. If you see 1, you win. 4 pots, or if you don't want to have too many spells, because obviously you need attributes. 1 prosperity, 2 extravagance. I would for sure play Dimension Shifter in the main deck. I'm trying to look at his side. He sided Shifter. If you're gonna, Magnuma is awful this format. It's not good versus 2 of the 3 decks, and it's mid against the other deck. I know it's a +1, but it's just not good at all this format. I would replace this with Shifter because it's way more high value versus 2 of the 3 top decks. I would probably 1 Joko is all you need. I would remove Borger to 1. I'll put Jialang to 1, and I'll put more hand traps that are attribute hand traps. I like that he's playing attribute hand traps though. 1 Valon. Even with extravagance, you don't care if this gets banished. 1 Valon is fine. Definitely 2 Nash Knight, and you need to play the horror stuff. Yeah, I would change some stuff in the extra. Side, lots of traps and stuff. That's fine. I'll probably play more hand traps. I want going second to play 24 hand traps in the deck, and still have like 12 ways to Razin. This deck, if you don't draw Razin, you lose. 3rd place here. 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 1 Borger. I like that. 1 random Kaiju. I like it. 3 Crow. This is a lot of non-engine. I like that I'm seeing a lot of non-engine here. This is a very similar list to how I would play this actually. Everyone's playing 3 Jialang. I understand. I just think you play this at 1 or 2. I love that he's also on 3 pot. It's not a coincidence that the 2 top decks of VS played 3 pot. I would play Prosperity though over the 1 Extravagance, even if you just decide 3 pot, 2 Extrav, 1 pot Prosperity. I love that he's on a lot of non-engine. I love this list a lot actually. The only thing, yeah, 3 Ash, 3 Nib is 6, 3 Fua is 9, 3 Crow is 12, a random Kaiju 13, that's 19 non-engine. Lupus counts as non-engine because even if you just draw Lupus and not Izuna, you could special on the opponent's turn, make Typhon. It's not targeted. It cannot be targeted. Enter battle, a 2900 Zeus immediately effect. So even Lupus is not a bad hand trap. That's 20 non-engine, very good. While while keeping the attribute hand traps, pretty good list actually. This is probably the best Kin and VS list I've seen. That's not mine. Good job. Still no 2. I would not play 2 Valon, even with Extrav. He entirely oh shit. No Nash Knight, bro. You need to play Nash Knight. 2 Typhon. I know Valon. I understand his reasoning. You know, you have Valon as the 5 and Ripper as the 5, but you still need to. If you notice, none of these lists, guys, check. Look at this. Both lists that top 4 didn't play Lantern. Fuck Lantern. Lantern's ass. Same with the spell. I love that shit. Good job. Good job to both top 4s. Lantern and shit. You think it's a coincidence that the 2 lists that are similar to my fucking top 4 of this deck? No, bro. Lantern and shit's an unneeded necessity. Unneeded. Like, you already win if you could resolve all that shit. No spell. Good. Love these lists. Kudos to both. Yassine! You guys notice Yassine has top 4 YCSs with Crystron. This is the bonafide. Yassine is the bonafide Crystron GOAT in the world. Literally top 4 tops of Crystron. Who does that? Incredible. Great list. I already know the list. I did his deck profile for him. Great list. The only things I would change in this list is the side deck. He also agreed that 3 Dark Ruler and 3 Nib. If you don't have a crazy amount of hand trap, like Dark Ruler with 15 hand traps does nothing. Dark Ruler, it's redundant. Like you hand trap them 3 times and you Dark Ruler a nothing board and you can't kill them. So the things I would change in his list is the main deck looked absolutely fantastic. I also love these playing Foolish Goods. I would substitute 3 Nib and 3 Dark Ruler for cards like Veiler, even Ghost Ogre. They put in so much work for me in the YCS. Veiler wins games, guys. Would you Veiler Dormouse? If the answer is yes, then your answer should be you should Veiler Razin as well. People think Veiler's not good in VS because of Borger and Valius. They have just as much amount of Malice traps than there is Borger and Valius. 1 Borger, 1 Valius is 2. MTP and back in the day with TB11, you would still obviously Imperma Veiler the Dormouse. So obviously you still have to. Vancouver, this is a local Toronto player with almost 20 tops to his name. He is opting to play the version of VS that bricks more often, but is able to go off more if it doesn't brick. Playing the Crow, Of course, for it's an attribute. Now, the only thing I like to see, and I'm gonna tell Vancouver in person with this, is that I like to see pots. No prosperity, you have, bro. Please, the like prosperity. I understand it's a spell. This is also why Dom Couch didn't want to play it. You need to play all the pots possible. At least prosperity at the very, 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 very least. I don't care if it's a spell. Like, you just need to see rosin. You just need to see rosin. The things I would change in this list is to remove all the bricks and play what I mentioned earlier. But I understand wanting to play Lantern and the spell brick. It makes it so your end board's just better. I really feel if it's a little win more. This deck needs to see attributes and cards in hand, so I'd play 3 pots for sure. At the very least, my version has much more. But still, it worked great for him. And Vancouver is an incredible player, so I'm sure he also won a lot of the games he bricked just off skill alone. He has near 20 tops. So yes, but as far as a list with the bricks, this is a good list to look at. Still, I'd play 1 Borger. Even if you want to play the list with Lantern, I'd run 1 Borger still. And I'd probably decide the quick play spell. Let's see. Next, Jib. Let's go. Jib played a version board breaker, some hand trap version of Yummy. I think for sure you got to play the hand traps. We had an absolutely incredible match. Jib against me went first. He set up double herald, lollipop surprise, a set purge, and I won through it. I had no hand traps. I just had 6 engine cards and I won. Game 2, he won with trap cards. Like, he went Black Goat, Solemn Judgment. I couldn't win. Game 3, he hand trapped me a few times, broke my board, and then I won with 10 seconds. The turn passed with 10 seconds left. Like, he was up in 200 life. I drew my card, 10 seconds left on the timer. I just slapped Typhon, enter battle phase, attack for game. So that's a close one. That's why you need Typhon. Great list for both, but I would recommend playing hand traps, but great list for Jib. That's my absolute boy. If you guys want to see Jib's list, check out his channel down below. Jesse, also my boy. If you guys notice, guys, success leaves clues. The whole top 8 are all good players that we all train with together. Jesse is playing on Draco Tail. Jesse, if you guys want to play Draco Tail, you learn this from Jesse. Okay, I mentioned to Jesse you should be playing 1 pot. He has way more experience with me in this deck, but he mentioned he just needs monsters. So I understand that perspective as well, just needing monsters and not the pot. But I feel this deck bricks a lot that it still merits playing the pot, just because it bricks a lot. But that's his reasoning. You need all of these. I would just insert 1 pot, even if you want spells. The biggest thing of this deck I see as crazy is 3 pan. That to me is crazy. But I don't have enough experience with the deck to speak on it. 3 pan. Obviously, the Draco Tail, when it resolves a fusion summon, you want it to be with the Draco Tail. So that's why you want it to be pan. Pan. No, I think it's Pam. Step Brothers. And I like that the deck could play 6 Charmies, because you could like fuse if you really need to with the shit hand traps. Cartesia is a big one too. I like this. I think it's 17 hand traps from what I remember. 20 with 5 mana. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 20 hand traps. Like, that's a lot. And 5 mana is a crazy one. This is also why I think Azuna's pretty cool in this deck, that it also counts as a hand trap. And you could fuse with it if you want. I'd probably run this deck with 1 Lupus, 3 Azuna personally, but because a high value hand trap on turn 0. But Jesse is the Draco Tail GOAT. If you recognize the best Draco Tail list by far and the best player, Jesse. If you guys check the best list and winner of Yummy, not just the winner, but the best player and best list, not to toot my own horn, is my list. And it's the same list, very similar to every list I posted. Especially the same list for a week I posted on my masterclass. 20 hand traps, 20 engine. You know, it's like same with Jesse's list. 20 hand traps, 20 engine. You know, it's like success leaves clues. You don't need to overcomplicate winning. You want your hands to look the same all the time. So that's something to keep in mind. Looking at his extra deck, looks good. Surely he didn't want to play pot as well. Maybe he actually used this more often than not. And just more non-engine. He wants every hand to look the same, and he always wants an absurd amount of hand traps. Success leaves clues. Now we look at Mario's list. My testing partners for this event were Mario, Jib, and Christian Urena. All 4 of us topped. 3 of us that took Yummy, all top 8'd. Success leaves clues. This masterclass is fucking real shit. It's a 12-page booklet with 7 hours of training on it with hundreds of tips. It's real shit. Like, it's like a lot of stuff. ultimately, Mario decided to remove some of the hand traps that I was playing and add more breakers in it because he wanted to play a combination of breakers on top. But I do feel you need to play the hand traps at the largest amount humanly possible, because if you triple hand trap your opponent and your fourth card is droplet, you're gonna have to discard a starter and you're still losing to one play. So I would advise this, but great list and great play from Mario. I would advise heavily just play all hand traps. I've never liked mixing of hand trap and breakers. Mario is also an incredible technical player, so there might have been some times where droplet he could have been a hand trap he would have won, or scenarios where you're going second and if you had 2 hand traps and 1 droplet, if that third droplet was a third hand trap, you might have stopped your opponent entirely. So you might have won a lot with technical play alone, but I do feel the hand traps are vital to play at max in the main. He opted for Link Spider, which is totally cool and I respect. I don't think it's too necessary, but he opted for that over the Starham. Starham does come up a few times, so that's good. Nice side deck of lots of traps. That's a cool benefit of that. Kevin Ing playing Mitsurugi. I played him in top. He finished first in Swiss. I beat him in a feature match, round 10, last round, and it was a pretty great match. I recommend watching. I'm not gonna look into the Mitsurugi. It looks very standard. I'm not gonna look into it because it's gonna be banned soon, so no point. Looks good though. Jason Yuan playing Yummy Board Breaker. Board breakers are cool, but again, I won 13 straight to win this event. I was 1-1 and then I won 13 straight. If I lost 1 or 2 of those 13, I lost the whole event. So I don't see how you could win 13 in a row with breakers, because you're gonna lose a dice roll sometimes against decks, and no amount of board breakers will do it. So I would not feel comfortable entering a tournament with board breakers. Looks good. It worked great for him. Shout out Jason. He did amazing. I personally feel that it's just much better to have hand traps over the breakers, and I'd just rather always be in control of matches, going first or going second. The stigma of hand traps being bad this format is fake. They are not bad. They're actually very, very, very good. 1 songs, which is very interesting. I feel you should be playing songs at 3. Might be just because he didn't have it. All right, solid extra. Matthew McRae, another Toronto local legend here, playing K9 Crystron, top, of course. This is my young protege. He has many tops to his name. He's a Manadium enjoyer, Scareclaw enjoyer. He's gonna get many, many, many more tops in the future. Looks good. We'll see if he's on Crystron K9 new format. Next, Samuel Yu. Looks like he's playing another K9 Crystron. Looks solid. I don't know enough about K9 Crystron to answer. If you guys want to see the best K9 Crystron list, go to Yassine's channel. He'll be better off explaining it. Felix Pfeiffer from Germany, came all the way to Germany, topped with the deck. Looks good. Again, K9 Crystron, I don't know enough about it. Go to Yassine's channel to learn as much. He's the Crystron GOAT to learn for it. No trap. Oh my god, that just randomly looks. Oh my god. With the Zuna, of course, with the Zuna. Siding the trap, of course. Sides the trap for going first. Of course, this looks like he's playing for, he wants more non-engine. Very interesting. I like that approach. Plays a lot more non-engine going to go second. Very cool. Always a fan. Sam Perkins was my opponent in top 16. Looks pretty standard. Brick version, but goes off way more if it doesn't brick. Just like Van Hoevel's. Abdur Dominguez. Looks like, yes, another Crystron list. That's good. Ken Wrong. More VS. Standard. Edward. Malice. So good job on Edward for topping with Malice. I'd go over Malice. I think Malice is probably one of the best decks for this fake format until the ban list, because people are obviously respecting the new decks more than Malice. They might not respect it much in the side deck, but I was Lancing my opponent's left, right, and center. I'm not gonna go over it too much because it's gonna be banned to fuck soon. If it doesn't get banned, we can go over it. Another VS deck. I'm not gonna go over any VS decks anymore, but good for him for topping. Yummy, best deck. 3 Nib as the only monster hand trap. Has to be malpractice. Francisco, congratulations for topping, but 3 Nib, 3 songs. 3 Nib, 3 songs. Please don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. I understand that you cannot use them all at the same time, and Nib is not a high value hand trap as its own as the only hand trap, because it will never resolve as the only one. Every deck will play it. Ripper will hit the board to negate it. Draco Tail doesn't even play into Nib if they don't want to, and Yummy destroys Nib. Even though people don't think it does, it destroys it. I don't know about mixing both because you can only use, if you use songs, you can't use Nib. So that seems like a deck building error to me. But congratulations for the top. It worked out. Would not recommend moving forward that you guys combine them. But congratulations for topping. Great work. Assad! That's my boy! Assad Farouk! That's my dog. This is his list. I'm going to convince him to play X-Drav. I tried to convince him to play Pots, but he didn't want to. But good list. Meows in the main deck is cool because Earth, and it hits a lot of stuff randomly. Good list. That's my man's. He's going to get many more tops this format, and we're going to Worlds Grind together, me and Assad. Pradeep, great list here. Very great list. We're going to be doing some, he also has a channel. We're going to be working together on this. Me and Pradeep, good job to him. List looks good with 3 X-Drav. We're going to collaborate as well to make a list that doesn't brick ever. I love the 3 X-Drav. X-Drav is a fantastic card in the deck. Couch, that's my absolute man's. Played the same list as Assad. Assad and Dom trained together. 3 Meows as well. Great list, but again, I'm gonna need them to play some Pots. I will never play this deck without Pots. Dom is my man's. Ali, Malice, good list, but again, Malice will be banned soon. Jared Wong, solid list here. Talents called in the main, interesting. Looks good though. Gunther, that's my absolute man's. Also my training partner. 6 YCS wins, 50 YCS tops or some shit. Congratulations to Gunther. I tried to convince him to play Christian Yena. I tried to convince him to play 1 Jialong. He didn't. But again, 3 X-Drav, 1 pot. My list would be as close as to what you're seeing right now. But I'm trying to play as many non-engine and 1 fucking Jialong. Maybe 2 Jialong because you just need the name of 2 Jialong. I don't know about 3 Jialong. But good stuff. Obviously, this is expected from the second best player in the world after me. Cody Manabe, good stuff. My man's playing Yummy. If you guys look at the list here, very similar to mine. I like it. 2 Purge. I know it conflicts with some stuff, but I think you just have to play 3. It's too high value. Very good list. Opting for 43. Obviously some more non-engine with Droplet and stuff. Solid. You need 2 Yummy Surprise, 100 billion% unquestionably. But solid list overall. Good stuff. My guy. Good stuff. Nathan. Good list here. Draco Tail, K9. Nice. I like it. I'd probably play the same. Opting to play Poly. I'd probably not, but I don't know the list enough. Ahmed. Beansmith, Draco Tail, K9. I like it. I think I'd play it 1 Engraver too. Especially if you're able to just get it out ASAP. I don't know about playing the K9 bricks though. Solid. Justin, good stuff as well. Let's go. Good stuff to Justin. Vincent, this is my opponent, top 32. The only white forest. I almost say this is the only non-meta list that topped. So good job to him. Very impressive. Justin Singh, playing Mitsu, Rizal. Great stuff, Justin. Great deck list, what it looks like. Minus the brick of Serpent. But again, this deck will be banned. So 1 Imperm. Oh, cross out. Okay. I probably played more non-engine than this, but good job to him. It worked out. He played amazing. Again, this is going to get banned soon, so I don't want to spend too much time on the old decks. Logan Johnson ended up taking Yummy. Let's go. Looks solid. Played an extra starter in Piri Rays. Solid overall. Looks similar to my list with Droplet. I'm personally not a fan of Droplet because if you're hand trapping your opponent multiple times and Dropletting, you have to get rid of very important cards. However, it's the best card to use on turn 0 if you're getting hit with Holisu. So I love it. It's good and bad at the same time, but I don't hate it because again, there's not much answers. We have to Holisu turn 0. It can end turns on its own. Solid card overall. Great list. That is the top 32. Again, I'm not editing this strongly. I'm just going to post it as soon as possible because there's a finite number of time, and for videos like this where it just packed with knowledge, I don't really care for high edits for packed with knowledge videos. It's more stuff that you guys study before an event. Overall, the best deck of the format will be Yummy. You have to understand that due to recency bias of Yummy just winning a YCS, more people will play Yummy. So because more people will play Yummy, I think Draco Tail will be positioned very well because it's a decent matchup. If you guys want to learn more about this deck, make sure to sign up on my Metafy coaching down below, or get the masterclass where you're going to receive 7 hours of coaching on a video, as well as a 12-page booklet spreadsheet on how to do the combos. And this is your last chance, guys, to get any playmat from trifgaming.com. Make sure to do the same. The Yummy playmat is my personal favorite. I will be playing on this myself when I play Yummy. So get this as well in the description below before we get hit with tariffs on August 29th. But it'll be off my website when I wake up tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.